Leaders Conference. We had so many people that we had to come down to council chambers, so thank you all for being here. On this week's agenda, we have an update on the Erie Refocused Summer of Hope Door-to-Door Canvassing Initiative, an introduction of the AmeriCorps Vista National Civilian Community Corps team that's here to support neighborhood improvement projects, an update on Celebrating Erie 2018, an announcement regarding VelocityNet, and an overview of next week's Police Athletic League. Now I'll turn it over to the Mayor.
Thank you, Renee, and welcome everyone. Good to see such a great crowd here. Before we get started with the agenda, I have one other thing I've got to do. It's to introduce our mayor for the day today. His name is Gridley Wright. Gridley, would you stand up and give a wave to everybody? Let's give Gridley a round of applause. And he's here with his dad, Scott Wright, as well. Scott, thanks for being here also. Good to have you. So, good morning, everyone. I really enjoy the door-to-door we've been doing, and I'm learning a lot from our Summer of Hope door-to-door initiative at the East Bay front. Here are some of the statistics from what we've done so far. To date, we visited about 1,100 homes, and we've had completed about 300 of the surveys. The majority of the East, actually the majority of the East Bay front study area that we're looking at right now, but the door-to-door is going to continue this week and next week. We're doing it Monday through Thursday from 5:30 to 7:30 and Saturday from 11 to 1. I have to give a lot of thanks to all the volunteers that have helped us with that. Next week, city volunteers as well as the Jefferson Society's civic leadership class will be joining us to volunteer in the Summer of Hope door-to-door as well. The door-to-door will conclude next week, but we will also have people at the National Night Out on August 7th who will be looking to get even more surveys completed at that time. Here's a few interesting things that we've learned going door-to-door in this neighborhood. First of all, only about a third of the people have even heard of Erie Refocused, our comprehensive plan. Most of the people that we've talked to have lived in their neighborhood for over 5 years, and the majority also feel safe in their neighborhood. In fact, according to the survey, over 75% of the people have told us they feel safe in their neighborhood. But crime is still a top priority in this neighborhood. The people feel that what's happening, though, is a couple blocks away from them, not in their block. But we actually hear that every block we visit, so it's interesting. Some other top priorities we've heard are we need neighborhood cleanups, we need better lighting in the neighborhood, we need more activities for children, and we need better sidewalks. Remember that the survey is open until the end of July, so if you live in the East Bayfront neighborhood, and we've defined that as State Street to the west, over the Bayfront Highway in the east, and the Bayfront Highway in the north, south to East 15th Street. If you're in that neighborhood, we encourage you to do the survey for us. We've actually left door hangers at 823 houses approximately that we visited where no one was home and we couldn't talk to anyone. So if you received a door hanger, or even if you haven't, if you live in that neighborhood, we'd appreciate you doing the survey. You can do that by going to SurveyMonkey /R/Summer of Hope. So that's SurveyMonkey, all one word, /R/Summer of Hope. Here are the 3 most important things personally that I've learned, and this is my personal view. It doesn't reflect the view of my staff or any survey statistics, but I've gone out 5 times now doing door-to-door in this neighborhood, and these are the 3 most important things personally that I've learned. First, these are very good, responsible Erie people. Every person I've talked to is somebody that's open, welcoming, they're very friendly. They're people I would be happy to have as friends. The second thing I've learned, the problem is that for some reason, a lot of these good people have lost hope. So the question is, how do we restore hope? You know, one of our taglines is we want to build opportunity, restore hope, and transform Erie. And I'm not sure if building opportunity or restoring hope comes first. I think they might kind of happen at the same time. But the door-to-door, I believe, was a very good first step in restoring hope in this neighborhood. But it's not everything we need to do. And to be open, honest, and transparent as I always try to be, I'm still looking and trying to figure out what do we need to do to restore hope in this neighborhood. Okay, now we'll move to our second topic for the day. And this, I believe, will help us restore hope and help us build opportunity. I want to welcome Anna Franz, who's here from our West Bayfront, and Jeremy Blazer from the Bayfront Eastside Task Force for being with us today. They submitted a joint application to the National Civilian Community Corps team. That's NCCC. Yeah, 3 C's. For short. And their proposal was accepted. So the NCCC team operates out of the same agency as AmeriCorps Vista. They consist of 8 to 10 young adults. We happen to have 7 who are in the front right here with us today who are here in Erie to do this. I met with this team on Monday over at Gannon, and they were so impressive. Our conversation was so great, I didn't want to leave. And actually, I ended up being late for my next meeting. I forgot my notebook, right? And I was late for the next meeting, but it was such a great conversation, I didn't want to leave. So now I'd like to ask Annie and Jeremy to come up to the podium and provide us some more details about what this NCCC team will be doing, why you wanted to bring them here, how long they'll be staying, and what they'll be doing while they're here. So, Jeremy, yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mayor, for welcoming we call it the NCCC team. It's a little bit easier, for welcoming them to Erie and for the opportunity for us to introduce them to the community. So when your organization is pretty small and you only have a couple of staff people, you're constantly on the lookout for ways you can build capacity to get projects done. So when Jeremy and I started looking at the NCCC opportunity, it seemed like a great fit. It seemed like a perfect way to get some really important projects done in the West and East Bayfront neighborhoods, and also to introduce a group of energetic, community-minded young people to Erie and all that we have to offer here. So we were thrilled when we found out that our application was accepted and we would be able to bring this great group here to Erie. I think the mayor did a pretty good job of describing the program. Basically, it's an opportunity for young adults to do a year of service at sites all around the country. Organizations such as nonprofits or municipalities can apply to bring an NCCC team to their community. Ours will be here for 8 weeks, and to have them do hands-on service projects. So that's a perfect fit for the type of work that we're doing in the West Bayfront and in the East Bayfront. We're really lucky to be able to provide housing for this group at Gannon University's St. Joseph House of Faith and Action, which was newly constructed on West 4th Street. That's really, this is the type of group it was sort of intended for. So I'll just mention some of the projects that we're doing on the west side with the NCCC group. Jeremy will talk about the east side. On the west side, they'll be building a pocket park at a vacant lot, which was previously the site of a blighted property. It's a lot that we own on the corner of West 4th Street and Poplar Streets. There are many partners involved in this project. Environment Erie, Leanne Sestak is here from Environment Erie, is providing funding for the materials. Dave Brennan of Bostwick Design Partnership put together the design based on the input from some of the neighbors. Dahlkemper Landscaping is providing site supervision for the team. A lot of neighbors are contributing in a variety of ways. And of course, ECRA is providing some additional financial support for this project. The team will also be helping out at our West Bay Fit events, which are every Wednesday for the next 4 weeks. They were out at Bayview Park last evening, taking in the beautiful view and helping out with some of the activities we have. So I hope that folks will, if you spot the team, they're hard to miss. They usually are all wearing the same t-shirts. You'll say hello and welcome them to Erie. Now I'm going to hand it over to Jeremy to talk about the East Side projects.
Thank you, and as Anna very well put it, both of us being very small organizations, but with big challenges that we're trying to tackle, it's essential that we have as many human resources as possible. So we're excited to have Oak 11, which is the name of our NCCC team here in Erie. We've already both had an opportunity to work with the group for a couple days and really impressed with the amount of work they're able to accomplish. For the Bayfront Eastside Task Force, we are celebrating our 40th anniversary this summer of existence, and so we have a lot of accomplishments and some of that has changed us into having a lot of property. So Bayfront Eastside Task Force owns over 45 properties in the Lower East Side of Erie. 41 of those are vacant, empty lots. We have over time sought ways to improve those lots, whether through beautification, such as we have an urban orchard with fruit trees, we have artwork, we have pathways, we call them parklets, but we have a lot of empty land that is just grass. And on every one of our lots, we pay full city, county, and school district taxes on. So we're looking for the optimal use of those properties. There's a project called Land Care, and we were mimicking what they are doing in Philadelphia. Land Care is a simple beautification of an empty lot. So what the team is helping us install, we've already begun this week on Parade Street. If you drive by the end of the day, I'm sure you're going to see one of our lots completed, is simple landscape fencing, something that beautifies the property. It kind of sends a signal to the overall community that this isn't just an empty piece of grass that someone happens to mow, but it's actually being taken care of. In the future, we hope to add trees and bushes and other things that beautify the property, but it basically changes what used to be a blighted vacant house to what is now a beautiful part of the neighborhood. So this is a transformation that we've sought for many years, and we're really excited to have the team here to help us with that. We're also sharing our team. Beyond our West Bayfront and Best, we're also sharing them with Serve Erie. The team's going to help out with Serve Erie's Fight for Burley and Booker T. Washington projects that will happen in early August. And so we're glad to share our resources, and we also want to expose the team to many different aspects of Erie, because we hope that this is the first of many teams like this that come to Erie in the future that our organization and others can benefit from. I'd like to thank a couple organizations to help make all this happen. Obviously the AmeriCorps team themselves, but also the Erie Community Foundation, which has provided best funding that helps pay for many of the materials of our land care project. ECRA, that is helping us with a pilot project that helps us with some unforeseen expenses, buying some equipment. Tuesday we were digging some holes in the east side and found that it didn't go quite as smooth as we had hoped, so we'll be renting some power equipment to do that a little more efficiently in the future. So we're very excited by this entire project. I'd like to welcome Ross Marnell, who is the team leader, to tell you a little bit more about what they're all about.
So thank you very much, Anna and Jeremy, for bringing us all to Erie, Pennsylvania. And thank you so much, everybody, for having us here in Erie. Again, my name is Ross Marnell. I'm the team leader for Oak 11. We're the National Civilian Community Corps team who will be serving in Erie until about September 4th. National Civilian Community Corps is a team-based residential national service program for young adults aged 18 to 24. We serve in communities throughout the country for about 3 to 8 weeks at a time. We do service from anything from urban and rural development, so tutoring kids in schools, to doing kind of construction programs with different organizations, to kind of working with cities and different community organizations within cities, all the way over to disaster relief work in the event that there were disasters. So again, we will be serving with our West Bayfront and Bayfront Eastside Task Force, and we will be taking care of some of those vacant lots and putting up kind of fencing, putting in that pocket park. We've had about 2 days of work so far. It's gone wonderfully. And if you see us around, go ahead and kind of say hi, come over and talk to us. We're always happy to answer any questions that you may have. And we're here to make friends and have a good time and do some really great service with everybody. So thank you all so much again for having us here. So Oak 11, would you mind coming to the stage and kind of saying who you are and where you're from? Because we do come from all over the country.
So good morning, everyone. My name is Ramian, and I'm from Savannah, Georgia.
Hi, I'm Chris, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
Hi, my name is Lily, and I'm from Little Rock, Arkansas.
I'm DeAndre, I'm from Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Hi, I'm Jocelyn from Sacramento, California.
Hello, I'm Eula from Austin, Texas.
least partially answered the question I asked earlier about how we're going to restore hope. I think this is going to be a huge step in helping us do that. I also like learning to say NCCC instead of trying to say all the 3 C's, making sure you get 3, not 4. I do want to acknowledge Keith Taylor, who's with us in the back room as well. Thanks for your participation in this, Keith. It's a collaborative effort. That's what I love about it. We get so much more done when we work together. And I really think you guys are going to be a huge part of restoring hope in Erie and transforming our city. Thanks very much for what you're doing. Our third topic is Celebrate Erie. We're less than a month away from Celebrate Erie right now. It runs from Thursday, August 16th through Sunday, August 20th. So you guys make sure you enjoy that while you're here. It's a great celebration. Aaron Lonke, our media and events coordinator, has been working night and day and weekends working on this and putting it together. I want to welcome Aaron up, and Aaron is going to give us some updates on Celebrate Erie. Aaron?
Hi everybody, just a few quick updates. First, I'm happy to announce that Celebrate Erie will feature all local vendors this year. And that's going to be with food vendors, with business vendors and nonprofits and that sort of thing. So we're happy to say in the Giant Eagle Food and Beverage District, we have 8 local restaurants participating in Taste of Erie, 2 local beer distributors, 8 local breweries, and 10 local food trucks. So very excited for that. In the Erie Insurance Multicultural Marketplace, a new facet this year, we have 13 local vendors representing different international cultures, foods, and performances. In the Great Lakes Building Construction Trades Kids Zone, we're going to have 10 local Kids Zone vendors and a great partnership with the Experienced Children's Museum, which will be free and open to the public during the event. And then in a new section as well, in Artist Alley, sponsored by the Presque Isle Casino, we have 18 Erie artisan vendors leading up to the Erie Art Museum near Glass Growers Gallery there as well. And the Art Museum is going to be also free and open to the public that weekend. Aside from the 3 headliners that will perform on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, including our Thursday headliner, we're happy to say that we have more than 50 local bands, performers, and solo artists on 4 stages for the weekend. We're also partnering with local bars and restaurants located around the event to promote food and drink specials as well as performances inside those venues. There are a few more details to work out before we release the official schedule, but things are moving fast and we're getting close, and we're going to have that in the upcoming weeks. I also wanted to touch base about fireworks as well. We've been asked if there will be fireworks at Celebrate Erie this year. The short answer to that is no, and here's why. First, we heard feedback from the public asking to bring back fireworks for the 4th of July holiday, and that's exactly what we did with the help of Mercyhurst University. Our intention from the beginning was to have one spectacular fireworks show this summer, and that was Lights Over Lake Erie on July 3rd. And thanks again to Mercyhurst and Pyrotechnico for this amazing show. It really was a huge success. In addition, we wanted to help promote a family-friendly atmosphere at Celebrate Erie and keep the schedule largely to daylight hours. So that means moving up the headliners to 8 p.m. instead of having them go on later like in years past. And the shows should be wrapped up by 9:30. At the event programming will be from noon to 7 for the rest of the festival, except for the Taste of Erie, which will be food open till 9. Good news if you still want to see fireworks, the Seawolves are at home all weekend. There will be a great fireworks display there following their game on Saturday, August 18th. But with local vendors, artisans, and headlining acts like the Erie All-Stars, Ohio Players, Sugar Ray, and Dan and Shay, who we're really excited for as well, with their hits on the radio right now and their debuted album. There's plenty of great entertainment for Celebrate Erie this year, and we hope you'll join us. Thank you.
Thanks, Aaron. I'm really excited about Celebrate Erie this year. You and your team have done an amazing job, especially consider the fact that we took off in January, so you were like 4 months behind when we started. The thing I'm really most excited about is all the local talent and vendors, and food service, music, art, dancing, and performing that we're going to have. Erie is rich in diversity. We're trying to celebrate that, and will definitely be showcased from August 16th through August 19th. We hope everyone in the region will come and celebrate with us. I need to back up a minute and acknowledge one other collaborator. We have so many of them with the NCCC team here. I really want to thank Perry Wood and Eckler Board. I believe Tom Maggio who is here with us. Thank you, Tom. Yes. Thank you for the $15,000 you provided, which covers material, tools, other resources that we need to successfully complete the neighborhood improvement projects these people will be doing. Thanks very much, Tom. Okay, next I'm pleased to announce that the city is switching to a local provider. Speaking of local, this will be for both our local and long distance carrier for phone service. Previously, we were spending about $2,400 a month on our local phone service and internet service, plus about $200 per month for our long distance service. We're going to be moving to VelocityNet, a local provider. The city will be paying about $1,400 a month for that, and nothing additional for long distance services. So it's a savings of over $1,200 a month and over $14,000 a year for Erie taxpayers. That's about a 46% savings. We're very proud of that. And I want to thank Joel Duderman, who's here, for everything he's doing. And he's the president of VelocityNet. And I believe Matt Wortell is going to come up and tell us a little bit more about this service. Thanks, Matt.
So, phone service isn't the most exciting thing in the world, but we try to make it exciting at Velocity Network. If you're not familiar with Velocity Network, we've been around for almost 30 years. We're moving down here to downtown Erie later this year in November. I was just over at the building just before this press conference and coming along very swimmingly well. We partner and have partnered with many local organizations over the years to implement more advanced technologies, and we're able to do it very cost effectively and do it in a different way than kind of national carriers because we're local. You know, we understand the needs of Anna's group that we're trying to work with Wi-Fi down on the West Bayfront, or we just partnered with the Erie Innovation District in Quantella, and there's free Wi-Fi now in Perry Square. So if you go over the food trucks, there's free Wi-Fi over there now, and obviously with helping with the city, one, it helps reduce their ongoing costs so they can invest in more exciting things in the city, but also provide that high-touch local support and local service that we're known for here in the community. So, as the mayor had mentioned, we'll be taking over all of the city's telephone service, saving a considerable amount of money, also eliminating all the long-distance services as well. And that's all going to be based out of our new data center, which will literally be 4 or 5 blocks up the street. And as we continue to grow, one of the things that a lot of customers or a lot of businesses in the region don't understand is that our organization is morphing and changing as technology is morphing and changing here in the community. So as most customers remember VelocityNet, we're now Velocity Network as a dial-up company that they probably had the first email address and had to listen to that screeching sound before they got into the internet. And I'm probably sure you guys down here don't even know what I'm talking about. But I remember because I had to support those folks that couldn't get their internet connected. We continue to transform into the community and continue to add new services all of the time. So, not only from the city's perspective, but Gannon University, a lot of the other large enterprise institutions are partnering with us to figure out, one, how can we save costs in a very competitive global environment, but two, what new technologies can we bring to the table to really move this community forward. So we're excited to be partnered and to be working with the city, and it's a long-term agreement, and we look forward to continuing that for many years to come. So thank you, guys.
Thank you, Matt and Joel. We really appreciate this. This is really a win-win. Whenever possible, we at the city want to buy locally and support our local businesses. 100% of the dollars we spend locally stay here and have a significant impact on our economy. We are very happy to make this change and to save our taxpayers money in doing so. So also thanks for what you're doing on 10th Street. We look forward to welcoming VelocityNet into your new location here in Erie. This is really another major step towards one of our 5 goals, which is creating a world-class downtown and Bayfront. Thanks very much. Finally today, I want to showcase another very exciting collaboration that's going on. This one's going to take place next week. It's under the leadership of Sergeant Tom Lennox from the Erie Police Athletic League. It's a week-long summer camp that will kick off at Gannon University on Monday, so Gannon's back involved as well. This is a major step in improving our police-community relations as Erie school students get to know and build relationships with our local peace officers. Notice I'm not calling them policemen or law enforcement, I'm calling them peace officers. I hope that kind of creates a little different way we view the men you'll be hearing from shortly here. The children are going to receive a tour of Gannon and will participate in various activities, including basketball, softball, football, arm wrestling, swimming, gymnastics, soccer, and boxing. There will also be a lot of life coaching that goes on, and there will also be then an award ceremony on Friday. We have about 36 people, talk about collaboration, about 36 different people on the staff who are working on this event. A few of these partners include, in addition to Sergeant Tom Lennox, Corporal Curtis Waite and Chris O'Connell from the Erie Police Department, Sheriff John Loomis and Lieutenant Marty Davis from the Erie County Sheriff's Office, Missy Hull from Piper Burley Elementary School, Lori Mergenstein from McKinley Elementary, Taiwan Taylor from Lincoln Elementary, Nick Price, who's the Director of Gears, an after-school program in Erie Public Schools, Detective Jen Nolan of the Erie County District Attorney's Office, Laura Cassell, Jerry Clark, and Don Henry from Gannon University, as well as Walter Iwanko, who is Vice President of Gannon University, Destiny Volkman and Antoine Field from the Gannon Police Department, Jeremy Peterson, who's the Director of Operations at EMTA, and Judy Roth, who is a PAL board member and who has worked tirelessly to make this happen. Note the diversity of this collaboration. I'd like to now turn the microphone over to Sergeant Tom Lennox, who's going to give us some additional details. Sergeant Lennox.
Okay, thank you for coming, welcome. I promised Renee I would be very short, so they saved the longest talker for the end. Before I even get started, everybody that I asked to come personally, would you please come up here with me? So that's all the teachers, all the other officers, everybody, the chiefs, the sheriff. Okay, while these guys are coming up on stage, I would like to say that, it'd be nice to stand up here and take all the credit, all right? But the bottom line is the reality of why this organization, why this camp is even a possibility for our youth in our community. Take a look behind you. I mean, every entity I'm very proud of that has worked tirelessly, not just this summer, but throughout the course of the school year and throughout the course of the summer, to make the Police Athletic League a reality. So without these people standing behind me, this thing doesn't happen. So for that, I am very proud that it takes a community to raise a community, and this is a prime example of what's going on in Erie, of people working together to make the POWs a possibility. So for that, I thank these people standing behind me. Also in attendance, and I want to recognize him because he was not at it, is Dr. Keith Taylor from Gannon University, who's standing out into the back. I don't want to put him on the spot, but I will. Basically, you heard from Renee, essentially, or from Mayor Schimmer, essentially what we'll be doing with regards to activities. But before we even get into that, and I'm not going to elaborate on that, that speaks volumes, that speaks for itself. But my personal favorite day that basically kicks off the Police Athletic League is that first day. When the kids get to come in, they tour the campus, from the students, from the staff at Gannon University, and then they have an opportunity in the afternoon to go to the FIC unit, which is the Forensic Investigation Center, basically for a 2-hour seminar over there with Jerry Clark, Jason Wick, and other law enforcement officers that will assist that day. But why that's my favorite day, even before we hit a ball, kick a ball, throw a ball, is that these kids get a first-hand opportunity to where they come in automatically open-minded, where they get to see that college is a possibility, a realistic possibility. They actually get to see that maybe being a police officer or being in the law enforcement profession is a reality, it's a possibility. So for me, my favorite day is the first day. And then we get into our sports activities, which, you know, Gannon University athletes, coaches, and staff participate with the kids throughout the week. All right, so I'm not going to talk more, a lot about the itinerary, except to let you know, I know everybody can agree with me what the best day of the week is, and that Monday. It's going to be controlled chaos the first day, but it's going to be a great first day. With regards to the kids that were actually accepted into the camp this year, this is the second annual camp that we're doing this year. These are the kids that we've established continuity with throughout the course of the school year, and those schools are as follows: Piper Burley, McKinley Elementary, Harding Elementary, the Trinity Center, and also we started the collaboration with Lincoln Elementary, and Taiwan Taylor is here that leads the year's program up at that school. We also have a group that came in this year, Veronica Gamble. A lot of people don't know much about her, but she's been doing community work for the last 20 years in the city of Erie, who's also in the law enforcement or criminal justice profession. So I thank her for allowing us to, get some of her kids as well. With regards to the numbers, last year at Gannon, we had a little over 60 kids. This year, we're very proud to report that we have approximately 140 kids, which is over double the numbers that we had last year. And again, it's a tribute to the hard work of the teachers in Missy Hall and Lori Morgenstern, who are out there with me going door to door to ensure that we're going to get those students attending this year for the camp. Throughout the course of the week, the kids will get a free t-shirt the first day, and they're pretty nice t-shirts, by the way. They're going to get water bottles, frisbees, gift certificates, camper of the day, camper of the week. They'll get book bags that are provided from the Police Athletic League as being a participant, and kind of rewarding them for not only their good behavior during the camp, but what they worked hard to do during the school year. We couldn't do this without our partners. EMTA, Jeremy Peterson, who's the Director of Operations over at EMTA. We were very lucky this year with the increase in numbers that EMTA, without hesitation, came on board and offered to provide the kids transportation. So that was huge for us. Last but not least, as far as recognizing, one more thing, the chiefs of every department, all right, Chief Dan Spizzarni, Erie Police Department, Sheriff John Loomis, all right, Chief Mark Schau over at the District Attorney's Office, okay, and Chief Les Fetterman over at Gannon University. The bottom line is, when we're always dealing with limited resources when it comes to manpower and those kinds of issues, you've got to have the right people to allow us officers and believe in the program to allow us to participate and do this for the community and for the kids. So for those guys, I thank you a lot for that. Deputy Chief Mike Nolan and John Nolan as well. And last, finally, all right, and then I'll shut up and call it a day. Finally, at Gannon University, I am so proud that, to call myself a Gannon Knight, period. I mean, Gannon University, I remember when we approached Gannon University, when I sat down with Laura Casella, my wrestling coach Don Henry, and kind of pitched the idea, who in turn brought Dr. Taylor on board with the idea at Gannon. Without hesitation, they believed in the program, the mission, what we were trying to accomplish, and they were kind enough to have us back this year to be able to provide that need to the kids in our community in Erie. So I can't shortchange the fact that Gannon University has stepped it up and allowed us to make this a reality for the kids. Finally, throughout the week, we have various businesses throughout the Erie community who stepped it up and is going to provide donated food for the kids throughout the week. And I'd like to recognize those very briefly. Taco Bell, Porky's, Firehouse Subs, the Siebenberger Club, and also Chick-fil-A. So for those businesses, and all of this is provided free of cost because they believe in what we're doing in the community and in the department and in the kids, more importantly. So we're looking forward to Monday's camp, starting at Gannon. I invite everybody that's sitting here that if you want to have an opportunity to come out and see the hard work that these kids are doing in our community, I invite you over to Gannon from 9 to 2 p.m. to come over and see for yourself the work that is being done by everybody up here on this stage that are partnering up to try to give our youth in our community a future, or at least try to model that. So for that, I thank you. I thank all of you guys up here that are standing with me. This is a team. So thank you and have a good day.
Thank you, Tom, and your team. And that's the shortest speech I've ever heard Tom make. Very good job. Really appreciate it. I can tell you, we're going to conclude the press conference now, but this press conference has put me on a high. Because I don't know, for some reason I was getting a little depressed. There's so much to do. How are we going to do it all? But this press conference has helped me to see, especially through the NCQ team and the police athletic league, we are restoring hope. We are making this a better city. Thanks to everyone for doing that. And everyone who spoke, I'd ask you to remain here and be available for any interviews the media might want to do with you. Thanks very much, everyone.